All right. What's going on, family? What's up? Back at it again. Hopefully y'all didn't miss us too much. It's been a lot going on. Man, where do we begin? Just to give y'all a quick update, me and Alicia have just been going super hard on building some things up. That's why you don't see her right now. But didn't want to leave you all hanging on anything. So I just wanted to come through real quickly and provide you all with some information on some insight that has come to our attention that we wanted to share. And that is, what is magic? When you really get down to the core of what magic is, it is really a belief. It is a feeling. It is an emotion that we truly believe and know in. Like, there's a believing and knowing that is attached to it when that magic actually happens. And we may have mentioned this before, and I'm pretty sure we have mentioned this before, that how anything comes into existence is first there's a saying that is, as I feel, so I think, so I act. As I feel, as I think, so I act. Okay? And this is how we become our own gods. This is how we save ourselves. Let me break this down for you. In that first step, as I feel. So that means that there are emotions that are tied to what we're thinking. And then off of what we're thinking, then we act on those thoughts. Now, when it comes to emotions, they come fast. They come in waves, and a lot of times those emotions are not something that is beneficial for our growth. Especially when you think about lower vibrations as far as fear, regret, guilt, shame, things of that nature. Any type of thoughts that follow after those type of emotions are not productive to our growth. Now, what's productive when it comes to those negative emotions is that we process those to figure out where it's coming from, to figure out the root cause, so that we can eliminate that and have the least amount of negative emotions that we can humanly have, right? Hopefully that phone call didn't stop my recording. But the real magic happens in thoughts. Because even though we may have thoughts that fly by like clouds, those thoughts don't go anywhere. They stay within us. And whether we know it or not, in some cases we act on those thoughts automatically, and sometimes we act on those thoughts intentionally. So in order to really help in manifesting the realities that we want to experience, we have to be very vigilant when it comes to our thoughts. And to help out with this, as far as for our Patreons, we're going to be dropping a book on the Patreon that is going to help, they're going to be a series of books. Hopefully this road sound is not messing things up too much. Let me see if I can just get past this one little section. They're redoing the roads and stuff around here. Okay, so once we get past, let me get back on track with this. We're almost there, family. Hold on. Trying to do this in one take and run around and do as many things as we gotta do. Here we go. Come on. It's right there. Okay, so when we go back into the thoughts and being very vigilant on the thoughts that we have, then we can stop those thoughts that are not productive from going into our subconscious, and then either voluntarily or involuntarily becoming an action that we bring into reality. Because see, when we look at these different religions, for example, right? Let's just take Christianity. There's a certain emotion that really comes up that when people are in service, and if that feeling is genuine, then it's going to give them thoughts of things for them to act on. And if those thoughts are really in alignment with the emotions and with the intentions of what that person wants to accomplish in their life, then the actions that they do actually brings them the results that they're looking for. This is why when it comes to Christianity, that some people really get good results when it comes to Christianity. Like, it just feels like God is just working in everything that they do. That's because their thoughts and their emotions are in alignment, so when it comes to action, it actually manifests. Same thing happens with hoodoo. When it comes to the E5 tradition, when it comes to any other type of magical system or path that you want to go on, when those emotions and thoughts are really in alignment, then manifestation happens like that. And so what we are doing at this present moment, and we challenge you all to do as well, is to really make sure that, or once again, be very vigilant in making sure that your emotions are in check and your thoughts are in check. Because when those two are in alignment and they are really in alignment with what you want to accomplish, then you're going to see those things manifest in your life, whether involuntarily or voluntarily. Because let's just keep in mind, because we're always manifesting. We are always manifesting. Where we are in our current situations is all on us. And that is a tough pill to swallow the majority of the time, to actually realize that where we are in this present moment is because of our own. Where we are in this present moment is a result of how we're feeling, how we're thinking, and as a result, how we're acting. Okay? So we just have to keep that in mind. And once again, for our Patreon members, we are going to be dropping a series of books to really help in facilitating this, because it doesn't matter which spiritual system you go with, as long as it is in true alignment with you. You know when certain things don't resonate for you. But the conflict comes in is when we're doing things that we know it doesn't resonate with us, but we're kind of going in emotions and just trying to make it fit. You're trying to put a square peg in a round hole. Like, it's not going to work. So that's why the manifestations are not working, because it's not in alignment, especially in our heart and minds. Because emotions is right here. The thoughts are here. When they are in alignment with your mind and your heart, and then when whatever actions that you, whatever you act on as a result of those emotions and the thoughts, when they're in alignment, they come into reality. Okay? So just wanted to drop that information for you all. Just know that Alicia and I are doing some major things in the background, just really focusing on building up right now, because this is the moment of building. This is where we take all of the things that we've learned over the past couple of years, even within the past couple of months, past couple of days, that we are implementing these things into our lives so that we can create the reality in the world that we want to live in. And we know that you all can do the same thing for yourselves as well. We are not exempt. We are not special. Anything that we can do, y'all can do. It was just the same thing that was said in the Bible when Jesus said that same thing that I can do, you can do. But you know, we can't say that in public a lot of times. We can't say that we're like Jesus because we're going to get crucified just like him. But we can move in silence, and we can know that our magic is real and that it works because our hearts and our minds are in alignment. So when we take actions on those thoughts and emotions that are in alignment, then boom, we create the world that we want to live in. So hopefully this information is helpful for you. Once again, Patreon members, look out for those books that we're going to be dropping just to help in facilitating your growth in this area so that you can be mindful of what you're doing. And I challenge you for the next 21 days, do your very best to be as vigilant as possible as far as the emotions that come up, whether they be negative or positive. Make sure you know exactly where they're coming from, because in some cases, now here's the thing that's the kicker, and this part may be for our Patreons afterwards. The part that is tricky is that the emotions that we feel a lot of times are not even our own emotions. It actually may be from somebody else. It may come from somewhere external from us. And then also those emotions that we feel are influenced because of different experiences that we went through. And that experience is in the past, and so that experience may or may not be still valid for this present moment. So we have to evaluate all of these things so that we can actually make sure that it's valid, so that we can actually act on it and find the roots to all of these issues. We are at a very pivotal point right now in changing our realities. You can change your reality just as we are changing our reality. And one last thing is that when it comes to internalizing knowledge, to get to the point where you don't actually need the books, it's a funny thing, but you have to get the knowledge first. You have to study the books first. And then once you get all of that book knowledge from the books, the lectures, things of that nature, then you can take a pause. Just like I'm breaking right now. I promise you, I did not plan this. I just put the car in park. But you could take a pause, right? And then you can reflect on the information that you've received. And what's going to happen is that your higher self, it's not something that's outside of you. It's actually something that is within you. You two are working together in perfect harmony. That higher self is going to give you some internalizations that's really going to help you know that information, not just be able to recite it. It's actually, case in point, like when it comes to Leisha right now, she's actually studying for her real estate license, right? And when it comes to the exam for the real estate license, the reason why it's a little bit trickier is that because it's not asking you to repeat the things that you were taught. The real estate exam is testing you on your knowledge of the principles and being able to apply it to real life. That's where the true intuition comes. That's where that genius comes from, is when you can take that information, internalize it, and be able to apply it in the life. And that's what we're doing. That's what you have the opportunity to do. We know that y'all can do it, and we can create the world that is harmonious for everyone. And we know that a lot of people want this. We feel it in the collective. We see it in everyday conversations. We see it with people walking around. We see it with things that are happening in the social media space. Everybody wants to have a harmonious experience. Everybody just wants to be happy and do what they want to do and not harm anybody else. Everybody wants to have enough money in their pockets to go out and do whatever they want to do. And we can create that world where everybody has what they need mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. So we ain't got to deal with all this rubbish anymore. All right? Hopefully I didn't rant off too much. But I love y'all. Patreon members, look out for them books, because they coming. All right? Peace.